Mother would just give you an eye and you know this is a problem.
Hey, they are visitors.
And it's just there are visitors
and
around.
Mom gives you this eye, you know?
Yes.
Catch more of this every Monday to Friday at 9 p.m.
A very good evening to you, our esteemed viewer. Thank you so much for coming through. This is Family Hour. Today is a Tuesday, and this is our Tuesday edition. The fact that you can listen to this voice, you can see this image, we are grateful to God that we are still alive, and we want to thank God for your life, especially you who is watching us right now. I want to believe that you had a wonderful day. In case it wasn't, we still have faith in the Lord that tomorrow things will be better. No matter what has failed today, there's a chance to start tomorrow. And of course, here we are going through our edition of health. Today we are talking about something very, very important, as perhaps something that we want, all of us, but it's also important that we understand or we learn how we can regulate it. Before, I want to congratulate our 2024 candidates, those who sat for their senior fours. Of course, there has been jubilation all over, although some parents are still stuck with their children's results because they don't know how to interpret them. But we believe that with time, we shall learn how to interpret these results. So, meanwhile, we celebrate that, at least the fact that the results are out. We celebrate that the rest will come on the way. After all, the selection is still. So, meanwhile, celebrate. Thank God that your child's results are out. At least your child doesn't have result 2 or 3. So they qualify for UCE certificate. At least that's assurance. And we want to congratulate you all. Thank you so much. You are the specimen of this new lower secondary curriculum. But God has done it for you. Now, today we want to explore the impact of sugar on our health and well-being in our edition of Family Health today. And with us are two guests. These are passionate nutritionists. At least the time I've known them, they are so passionate about nutrition. And of course, we see them putting on black. This is not a Black Tuesday, but these t-shirts are speaking, they're speaking, they have a message on them: 90 days of zero sugar. Of course, on my immediate left is Pamela Chihembo. It's been a while without having you. We last had you when you were teaching us about fruits, and we ate fruits on this platform, and someone almost slapped us. But it's a pleasure having you again.
It's a pleasure to be back.
How have you been?
I've been very fine.
Happy New Year, because I've never seen you since the year started.
Happy New Year to you too, Edrin.
We thank God who has kept you and your entire family.
Thank you so much.
And then we have Danielle Kamara. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
I think it has been a year almost.
Yeah, you did it intentional.
Oh God. Did you hear that? Of course it wasn't intentional. He has been hiding. He has been busy in very many challenges.
Nutrition challenges,
nutrition
not personal challenges.
Okay. That also needs to be specified. But we are delighted to have both of you talk about sugar. I think let's first of all talk about the 90 days of zero sugar. What and why the 90 days of zero sugar? If I can start with Daniel, because he is the champion of the challenge. and you'll tell us why you don't want us to take sugar for 3 months.
I didn't say shouldn't take. Okay, I'm going to explain.
Because zero sugar is almost not taking sugar.
So thank you so much, Edrin. I am very excited that I'm here, and I want to say that when we say, first of all, I'm Kamara Daniel. I'm a nutritionist with the Bindi Community Hospital. And when we talk about zero sugar Edrin, we mean the complete withdrawal of added sugar, processed, refined, or ultra processed sugars. These sugars actually, they're the most convincing sugars. They call you that come and eat me. They look glancy. They win your heart easily. You personally, you cannot make a decision that you don't want this sugar because to tell you, come, please, come for me. The way they designed them, the way they glitter them, you yourself, you can feel that you should take them. And when we said that 90 days of zero sugar challenge, we want you to exert that pressure on your body. Let your body get challenged. Let it know that one day it doesn't need sugar because sugar has a lot of complications, as my senior Pamela will explain. And you know that when you leave sugar, you also see a difference in your body. So examples of the refined sugars that we are telling people that if you've been taking 5, maybe fizzy drinks, reduce to 3. Reduce slowly. By the end of the 90 days, small changes, very, very big impact. We want to congratulate people. Today is actually day 28 out of the 90 days. Can you imagine people who are on the zero sugar challenge? I want to congratulate you and I want to thank you for embracing the impact of this very challenge. And Mr. Edrin, I have to say that when I'm speaking about nutrition, I feel I should always use you as an example.
No problem.
You see, if a person had a very good weight,
like mine,
yes, you feel right. You feel you are admirable yourself. When you talk about self-care, actually leaving sugar is part of self-care package. Nutrition is part of self-care, but under nutrition there are very many components that people should drink into. And when you're obese, when you start gaining weight, you also feel that you should start losing. So zero sugar is one of your best strategies to start losing weight, and you can start today. I implore the viewers to be very eloquent in listening and viewing us and learning very key important areas, how to do food swappings. People have been asking, how can I, if I've been putting sugar, what can I do? And so much more. But here we're going to explain everything because I have my senior, my lecturer who's going to talk about everything, and of course I'll be supplementing in the wrong process. But zero sugar, yes, we are the champions here in Uganda.
We are delighted to be seated with the champions of zero sugar. Now, Pamela, we'll get into the real gist of our discussion today. Meanwhile, how many days have you moved so far?
28.
There's still a long way to go.
Yes.
So every person,
So I can join in.
Yes.
I can finish.
Yes. Hey, all along we had enjoyed because I
join and I
you relapse.
Hey, I join
collapse and then come back.
But anyway, we want to understand why, because I think while we tell people zero sugar challenge, they really need to understand why. I mean the effects of sugar in their bodies. But Pamela, starting with, would you draw for us a relationship between sugar and the various health conditions within our lives, within our bodies?
Okay. So research has shown, you know, for us public health scientists, we do a lot of research. So, like studies have shown that high consumption or high sugar consumption has been related to obesity, because you know every food that you eat at the end of the day is turned into glucose, and glucose is the fuel that gives us the energy that we use to to breathe, to move. But once you are not using that energy, this energy is deposited in your body as either muscle or fat. But the sugar, because we call it empty calories, because it does not have any other supplementary nutrients like protein or micronutrients like the vitamins and minerals. So for it is directly converted into fat. And this fat is usually deposited on the stomach.
On the abdomen.
On the abdomen. We call it abdominal fat. And this abdominal fat has been linked to various chronic diseases. And these chronic diseases include cancer. So high sugar consumption, what it does for it, it brings about, the first thing it does to you is deposition of fat on the abdomen. And once this fat is there, you know, most of the central organs, except the heart and lungs, are in the chest. the other essential organs are down. So one, it builds around the organs and it causes malfunction of the organs. Two, there is this organ which we call in Uganda, the pancreas. What do we call it in Uganda?
I don't know it. Edwin must be knowing.
I'm still remembering.
The pancreas is the one that releases a hormone, all the chemicals that regulate blood sugar in the body.
Is it the one they call Noni?
Eh?
Akalure.
Akalure. No, that's
Akalure.
gallbladder. Eh?
Noni.
Okay.
It is not.
Okay.
Yes.
That's the hard
Yeah.
one.
So this once the fat is deposited around that organ, it kills or it blocks the cells, the beta cells, which produce insulin. That insulin is responsible for regulating more sugar in your body. And if these cells have been blocked, then you end up with type 1 diabetes. You end up with high blood sugar in your blood, and you have diabetes. And also, if these fats also they have surrounded your muscle cells, then you get what we call insulin resistance. And this insulin resistance is what you also call type 2 diabetes. Okay, because the muscle cells are not responding to the insulin that lets the sugar into your muscles, so that your muscles contract and they enable you to do your daily work. So people end up fatigued, you end up sleepy,
Even failing to sleep.
yeah, or sometimes failing to sleep, then type 2 diabetes, then before you know it, it has this sugar also has blocked your blood vessels, because once this blood sugar stays in your blood vessels for a long time, it clogs the blood vessels. And once it clogs the blood vessels, they become small. Once they become small, it makes the heart pump blood very fast, so that you can increase the pressure at which blood moves in the blood vessels. And this high rapid contraction of the heart is now what they will call, what will we call it?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure or
Yes,
hypertension?
hypertension. So sugar, basically sugar, high consumption of sugar will lead to all those things. And it will lead to inflammation. And inflammation is like, have you ever been stung by a bee? Once a bee stings you, then the white blood vessels move to the area that has been stung, because they have come to repair the place.
To help you out.
Yes, and once they are there, then they start releasing what we call free radicals. And these free radicals also, they escalate the problem further, because you see, your arm or the place where the bee has stung you, it swells up. So you can imagine if this inflammation is happening maybe in your liver, or it is happening in your heart, or in your blood vessels. See, that's how people get like strokes. This is how people, the different body organs stop working. So this inflammation also causes aging. So but this consumption of sugar is persistent. Like there are people who drink like maybe 5 bottles of Coke per day. Like it is persistent. If you have been drinking a lot,
The
of
effects are not there
sugar,
and then.
yeah, there and then. It's not
a
like
long term.
it's not like a malaria parasite has got into your body. So these things are lifestyle. So if this lifestyle has been continued for a long time, maybe over 10 years, that's when these things happen. So instead of, now for us we are saying that instead of you taking care of the diabetes, taking care of the hypertension, taking care of the aging, taking care of bad skin conditions.
Of actually
Because-
losing a partner. Because
uh-huh.
maybe
So we are saying, why can't we prevent this? Why can't we prevent the sugar when it is still added, so that we don't get the long-term consequences of consistent, mark my word, consistent high sugar
Intake.
consumption. You understand?
Yeah.
And the other time we're talking about the desirable effects of cutting back on the sugar. There are testimonies. Even if you go on YouTube, you will see people who are into diet and nutrition. They will tell you within 2 weeks, once, actually I think he was telling me his testimony today. So once you get off the sugar, within 2 weeks, you'll start feeling the effects. You'll be more alert. If you have been feeling sleepy, I'm telling you, these are testimonies even which have happened to
become
us.
more conscious.
How you become more conscious, you feel more
The energy,
vitalized
yes.
during the day. He has lost weight.
That is subjected to
Yes.
to examination.
Not, of course, people monitor themselves actually, just like she's talking about the
Yeah.
testimonies. We have a vast number of persons who have testified
Yeah.
that have lost weight.
Okay.
And we have written actually articles. Articles can be gotten on online. Just put in 90 days of zero sugar challenge and hear people. We have so far compiled 4 testimonies from all over the region, and people have lost weight. There is an old woman of 50 years from Kabale. She has told us that since she started on day 10, imagine she started on day 10, today this 28. She tells me that she feels more sleep, like when she gets into bed, she sleeps easily. Previously, she would even require more like 3 pillows because she felt so heavy. But right now, she feels more light. She was testifying that she didn't know that sugar is very actually dangerous to this very extent. Just like she has said that the effects of sugar are dynamic and are very multifactorial, we do not want to underscore the need of the long term. So these effects do not come there and then. They take time to progress in your body as a person, and that's why we're telling them zero sugar challenge. Challenge your body. Start now. I want just to give a brief background of the non-communicable disease state, how we are standing in the country. In 2016, the demographic health survey is usually done after every 5 years, and it was repeated in 2022. Based in adulthood, we were at 16%. In 2022, we are at 27%. Child-based, we are 2.4. Right now, we are 3.8. And there is another study that was done by the Save the Children and cases here to assess the young people's nutrition status, how they are eating, how they are thriving in the country, especially here in the same urban areas and urban areas of Kampala. And they found out that 70% of the children, of the young persons, of young people, depend on sugar products. Whereas 60% do not meet dietary diversity. Dietary diversity means that they do not meet all the food groups at the same sitting. They either meet carbohydrate, they do not meet a protein. They either meet a protein, they do not meet a carbohydrate. And another percent, 70% again, there are 3 key statistics that I read in the findings, and they touched my heart why people should know about this very challenge. 70% of them again did not do the exercise in the last 7 days. Where does this leave us? Where is our generation? Where, as nutritionists, we've been focusing on the undernutrition, which we've been fighting for the last 15 years by the UN agencies here in the country. But it's our call that now we shift our eyes the growth of the non-communicable diseases. The government has done enough, but we as professionals, that's why we launched this campaign with another team of multidisciplinary approach, the physicians, the diabetologists, the NCD department, MOH, they are with us in this very campaign because we want to intensify the awareness to persons so that they can learn and the best methods of living sugar and knowing the deleterious impacts that are resulting from sugar consumption.
Okay. Before I leave you, we are talking about sugar, but you know, each time we talk about sugar, what runs to our minds is actually refined sugar that we add in tea, or I mean, that is the kind of sugar that we know. The one you go to a shop and you buy maybe a kilogram. But which other kinds of sugar are we addressing in this particular one?
I'm going to give a few examples, and then Pamela, if I forget some, she will. So we have pastries, the cakes, chocolate, biscuits, all those bunkwanchi. So all those small, usually pickable snacks that entice you. Some of these actually entice you. They're easy, they are carryable, even at workplaces. People say, Adrian, I bought for you this. And remember, one characteristic of those refined foods is that, number one, you do not get satisfied. They usually entice you to eat them. That's why if you went to a wedding and they gave you a cake, you feel you want the plate to sit on your table when you are not even the guest of honor. So remember, those food products that you do not get satisfied with a fist-like part, that means that's not healthy. If you took a piece of cake equal to your fist, and I took a sweet potato equal to my fist, who would get more satisfied?
And how much sugar is in the potato,
yes,
and how much sugar is in a cake.
But they're all tasty.
And in the long run,
there is sugar.
But how much sugar is the question.
Now that is how we, the lay people, need to be guided.
And how readily available is it?
Yes, to be used by the body.
To be used by the body.
And how does it maintain the blood sugar levels?
So that is what we call the glycemic. We have the glycemic index and the glycemic load. So, like in the management of diabetes, we use the glycemic load of food. So the glycemic load is how much sugar is in a particular food, and how readily is that sugar easily convertible to be used by the body. So you find some foods like a cake. It has like a piece of cake, maybe it can be a small piece of cake, like 100 grams. It could have like 300 calories. You know, I told you we measure food in terms of calories. And at the end of the day, a person of 60 kilos, like a woman, would need like 1,000, on average, 1,800 to 2,200. 2,200
only, actually,
kilocalories per day. You understand? So if 500 kilocalories
and one piece,
and just one piece of cake, that is per day. So it means if you have eaten 500 kilocalories of 10 over 100 grams of cake, even 100 are many, 10 grams, yes, it means that for someone who has eaten, for example, a mango, would need like maybe 3 or 4 mangoes. But you cannot eat 3 or 4 mangoes.
You can't.
Can't I eat this one cake
to substitute?
That small piece of cake, and I eat one on Monday, and I don't take anything like sugar for the entire week. Well,
that's very
Welcome back from that commercial break. This is Family Hour. Adrian Austin Kalazi is my name. Before the break, I personally had a concern. Some people are good at pushing things. For example, in the doctor says you take 1 bottle or 2 bottles a week, and then they'll say, for me, I'll take the 2 bottles once on Saturday. What about me? I'm addicted to cake. So I'll take my piece of cake on Monday, and then I'll not take anything like cake again until next week on Monday. Those are 7 days, 6 days actually, without taking cake. Isn't that a solution?
No, it is not.
No. So are you talking about alcohol?
No, I'm talking about cake.
Oh, cake. No, you said the bottle.
I left the bottle thing.
So the cake, if you're consuming sugars once in a while, it is okay. It is okay.
But I think we're still talking about these sugars, and there's something you say that all foods have sugars.
Yes, all foods.
And that is, I think, what we need to understand, because I might say 0 sugar and then I end up starving without
No.
We've talked about meal swappings.
Okay.
So meal swappings.
Actually, we are going to get to meal swappings. Let us first talk about these other forms of sugars.
So the sugar we are saying as these empty calories, like he said, the desserts, like the sugar, which you're just taking sugar. If you take cake, you're taking sugar. If you take chocolate, that is sugar.
I take 7 cups of tea every day.
That is sugar. Basically, you're taking water and sugar. You are drinking
soft
soda,
drinks.
soft drinks, fuzzy drinks, even alcohol. Like if you drink like a Smirnoff, that is sugar. You understand? So we are saying we are avoiding this commercial like added sugar with empty calories. But like I was saying, that every food that you eat has sugar in it, but how much of the sugar is there and how quickly is it converted into glucose? Because we said once you convert the sugar into glucose very fast, then you're overusing your organ, the organ which we fail to get a name in Uganda.
The pancreas.
The pancreas. And this pancreas, it releases the hormone. So the hormone should be steadily released. But if it is released, now you have taken sugar, it has increased because the sugar has increased. Then it drops because the sugar has been cleared from the body, converted into fat. Because you're not exercising, you're not doing any work.
The energy expenditure is not equivalent to the energy
to
input.
the energy that you're taking. So the sugar is being converted into fat. You understand? And also you're overworking your organ. So it will end up, one, you're depositing fat in the muscle. The sugar is not being used. It is just being stored. And you're creating insulin resistance at the same time. Then you're getting diabetes and the other nasty symptoms which I've already talked about. You understand?
Yeah.
So we are saying that when you're consuming these foods which have low sugar intake, especially foods which have fiber, the fiber is the
roughage
material or the crunchiness. Okay, we have soluble fiber and the insoluble fiber. So soluble fiber is in like foods which have like the avocados. That is the avocados, the tomatoes, the kalo, the brown wheat. That one, they have even the potatoes. Soluble fiber. Then we have the insoluble fiber, like which is in most fruits and vegetables. So what this fiber does, for it delays the sugar. It delays the sugar. I don't know in Uganda what would we say it? How would we say it?
Delaying sugar.
Delaying the processing of the sugar. It takes long to be absorbed into the bloodstream.
Meanwhile, someone has corrected me and said that the pancreas is called akaluri and the bladder is called akawago.
I know we say the gallbladder, not the bladder.
Yes, so I think they thought they had a urinary bladder.
No.
So you was corrected.
We mean the
They
gall.
said-
The
said
gall bladder.
the pancreas is what?
Akalulwe.
Akalurwe.
Yes.
And Ndururwe in Nyako and Ndururwe is the- No, that's it's not Akalurwe. I know there is another name. There is another name for it. So we're talking about the glycemic load of foods. Yeah? So this glycemic load of foods. So you find most foods, especially foods which have protein and a little bit of healthy fat, you find that they don't have a lot of sugar. So someone who has taken, for example, if you take like a sweet potato, you find it has a glycemic load of 13. And when someone consumes a cake, let me say a cake, you find that the cake has like 24. Because, and here we are saying a similar piece is the same serving. So some foods like the fruits, the vegetables, our local foods, matoke, potatoes, bumonde, yams, they have a low sugar content. Even the sugar that is there, it takes long to be converted to glucose. But these, the fuzzy drinks, the pastries, they have a lot of sugar, and this sugar is converted very fast into glucose. So it is that glucose that is converted very fast that stays in the bloodstream. It is the one that causes your so-called calorie to overfunction and leads to breaking down of that organ, and it is the one that leads to diabetes and the cancers and the inflammation and hypertension and the fatness and the acne. Yeah.
Now, let us talk about what you had started at Daniel, food swap.
The food swapping.
Because I think I'm more interested in food swapping.
I knew. We talk about swappings. I mean, how can you swap up this for this? So, and how can you actually do portion control for both the foods? Because in case you feel you really need them. So number one is that most people want to know, if you said that zero sugar is happening, what can I do for breakfast? What can I do for lunch? What I can do for dinner, amidst the snacks? All that's very important. Now, when you wake up in the morning, just like meal timing, I want to remind actually meal timing, the breakfast starts from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then lunch from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Then dinner 5 to 8 p.m. sharp. Beyond that, you are not doing justice to your body. Because now, when we say zero sugar, and again you eat your carbohydrate plate at 10 p.m., so you are doing injustice. You understand? Because we've talked about that the healthy carbohydrates provide the sugars that the body needs. So in the morning, if you want to swap up the white bread, the pastries, all that, you could actually have cassava or muhogo that is boiled. If you want to fry it,
some onions and salt.
No salt, no added salt on food. Yes, salt must be cooked. If you wanted it,
yes, these days there is that cassava they prepare very well with salt cooked with.
Yes, that is okay.
And some onions.
That is okay. Even some tomatoes, if they are very well washed with hot water, that can remove the pesticide in case you're worried about them. That's healthy. Breakfast can be having gonja, can boil gonja, you can have cassava, you can have sweet potatoes, you can have cocoa yams, you can have a pumpkin. Do you know, actually having breakfast with a pumpkin, you may actually sound a British. You may sound like a white. Oh my goodness. Try out such important food swapping, and it'll feel so nice. Then also people who take black tea so much. I understand. Every person has a percolator. You wake up in the morning, even at workstations, they have known that people here feel hungry and they have percolators. But what you can do is that, let's not take water as if we are cows. I normally tell people that, be a human being, add on self-care, have spices, have some herbs, like hibiscus, some lemon, some ginger, some cinnamon, some turmeric. Feel special. Put it in your drinking water, then act as a snack. If you added hibiscus even in your drinking tea, you don't even add sugar. it becomes so nice. It becomes tasty. Even the color changes.
And hibiscus has been shown to actually increase the body metabolism. And when you increase the body metabolism, you lose weight.
You see?
But in high school, we used to have water. Like schools used to give us. We used to have flasks in high school, and would make we used to call it Echianga.
Porridge, millet porridge. Yes, that is too thick.
Even at work, you can make you.
Yes, you can. Like mukaras, you can bring here like 5 kg of millet fry. You eat it, it gets done. Then another person does like that. And you can actually boil water, add in hibiscus, then you use it to make even the porridge. Can add in cloves, can add in okra.
In porridge?
You can use that water to make porridge.
Water that has cloves and okra.
When you, for example, boil water with cloves, it boils to 100%. Then later you use the water. You don't put the okra, the cloves things. Use the water to make the porridge, and it becomes. That's a very nice.
But when you're drinking that porridge, do you need sugar?
You don't need, because now the porridge is sticky. It is so nice. You feel so nice. I want our viewers to feel so special with health being, because we are trying to promote health lifestyle amongst our viewers. Now, another swapping I wanted to highlight on the health eating plate: lunch. Friends, lunch is very important. If you have your good lunch, you can actually have a fruit platter for dinner. At around 7, you feel special. I want people to know how corpulent you feel if you eat healthy.
But aren't those very many hours from 7 when you ate your lunch at 1 p.m.?
Maybe at 3, because we said lunch runs from 1 p.m.
At 3 p.m. you have lunch. Then you get a fruit platter at 7 p.m.
You cross.
And then you close until the following morning.
You make yourself busy. The problem is that in your fridge, you have a lot of trans fat foods again. I wanted to say that most of the sugary products they have in the market in Uganda, they again incorporated to have the trans fats, some of them. For example, you find they make you a burger, and again they are putting they have used trans fats to prepare the meat, or what. So you find you are taking like a burden at a go.
Mukaras, for me, I know mukaras in your fridge. You know, me, I know I visit people. I see their fridges.
The fridges are the most dangerous ones.
Yes. Even your children, you have made them get used to taking milk, the sweetened milk. They don't want to buy fresh milk.
You're not supporting the local farmers. Remember, we are supporting the local farmers. You should support
local farmers are not in Kampala.
You've started. They are around. It's because you don't want to find out. Now, I'm still giving out a health eating plate. I want to emphasize that the health eating plate, half of it, the health eating plate has 3 main parts. The 3 main parts, one is a half, another one is a half. But the other half, you make it a quarter. One up and one down. So this health eating plate, half of it has fruits and vegetables. The biggest part, fruits and vegetables. One of the quarter has proteins, one of the quarter down has carbohydrates. Now, there is a problem on making this plate available. You know, a person will say, I have beans. Can I buy dodo? I have sweet potatoes. You already have a healthy eating plate. Can you match them very well? Stop buying nakati for 500 shillings only. What are you on? Nakati is so cheap. Buy nakati that is enough.
No.
Buy boga that's enough.
No,
buy
when
dodo
we were
that is
here,
enough.
Mr. Mukaras, we said it is possible to grow a vegetable garden.
Yes,
at
the vegetable garden is at home.
Yeah,
Backyard
maybe
gardens,
You
in
don't
the
even
sacks,
need,
in the old containers.
And that
They are discarding them away.
Is cheap. Even here at our neighbors, it is very expensive.
You buy dodo, the purple one. Don't again always buy green ones.
Mix.
There is this free dodo that grows around the toilet.
You know,
It is okay, use them.
I work in Wakiso. I used to, I think it was 2023 when I was working in Wakiso. And we're following up a group of women at their homes. I would bypass, and there in Wakiso they grow. They're the ones I think who supply in Nakasero market. They grow a lot of vegetables. But I was surprised these women never used to eat the vegetables they grew. And you know, along the road, there used to be very nice dodo.
Very nice, very nice.
I would stop and first thing get some dodo.
Like 5,000, you stock the whole fridge even for a
I
whole
would
week.
get dodo that would last me for the whole week. But I ask you people, why don't you eat this dodo? Then the woman would laugh. So you cannot eat this dodo. I said.
Now imagine actually you got like one boiled sweet potato with a half of your plate with booger, then a quarter part with beans and your glass of water. Then now you get this person who has over fried rice. It is full on the plate with a few pieces of meat. And now you and this one who has eaten healthy. You know, most of these foods that we buy, that we even order, they don't serve vegetables and fruits on them. Yeah. It's your responsibility to make sure that you are meeting a health eating plate. When you are meeting the health eating plate, it shows that you are eating health all the time. Even you find that you are meeting your requirements, all of them at a go. Very important. I want to emphasize that the health eating plate is very important. People here
At lunch.
even
not
for
at
dinner,
lunch.
even for dinner.
You say dinner we eat fruits.
No. I said that if you've
was an
had
example.
enough lunch, if you feel you've eaten good plate of food. For example, you took 3 sweet potatoes, and I want to encourage the viewers that if you want to eat carbohydrates on the quarter plate, make sure it does not overshadow the half of the plate. Normally, when you say half of the plate should be fruits and vegetables, they now put the portion taller, and then the vegetables will be so down on the plate. I saw somebody sending me the picture.
Somewhere in Maiva, they mold it very well so that it fits on that quarter. But in actual sense, it is too much.
Exactly. And they put a head on it. That's not true. It should be leveled. It should be on the level of the vegetables or the fruits that you have. Because if they don't balance, you are doing injustice. Do not cheat on your body. All this will come in the wrong run and you will feel bad.
But now, if
We are doing justice for your body.
if you make it like a mountain,
That's what people do. I saw somebody sending me a picture. If you want to do carbohydrates, you can do 2 per serving. For example, you can get maybe a sweet potato plus matoke. But when you go to some party, you find a person, maybe even at home. Actually, there are good men who eat. They want posho, they want matoke, they want rice.
They bought the food.
Oh my goodness.
no, it's okay. But how much?
And how much? And even how do you spend the energy is very important. How you spend the energy. Remember, we said that the energy input should be equivalent to the energy output, and of which is not relatable at all. Because I want to assure you that the times you sit down here and the times you walk are very, very few. So we want to emphasize the health eating plate. Proteins, we encourage plant proteins more than animal proteins. Beans, beans are healthy. Cowpeas, I don't know whom you left the cowpeas for. They are traders here with nice cowpeas, the purple ones, the green ones, the lentils. Cook once nice things you've never even tried. Go and find out from those Kalere women. When you see things, ask them, how is this prepared? They can guide you. Prepare new meals in this very important campaign.
We have restaurants of late that are preparing. They have, I think, their promotions like Orusania, where they
I've
put
seen
you
it.
all sorts of food and meat and what. And then there is also another one where they say eat until you drop. So you sit there, they give you all sorts of food until when you feel you cannot eat anymore.
I want to talk about portion control. Let's respect ourselves. Let's respect our mouth. Not everything you should fix it in your mouth. The mouth is the holy place in nutrition. You should not overget everything. And can you imagine a person telling you that I want you to eat until you drop? Then how? Even these people don't sleep. You don't sleep if you're over full. If you are married, you cannot perform in bed if you overget satisfied, and so much more. Let's ensure that you eat portion control. Respect your mouth. Oguteka mu kintu kyonna ekikuyitako. Then after you sleep with protein, you feel uncomfortable. You feel the gas has reached even the diaphragm. Let's respect the mouth. Portion control, please. control your mouth. When actually I often use this example. If I visit you, in developed countries, this is the last statement I can say that. When in developed countries, actually, when I want to visit you, you ask me what you want to eat. You understand? And if I'm not comfortable in eating, I say, no, maybe I will come when I've had something. But here, if I visited Pamela, it's a must to eat and she has to serve me. If you don't give me food, if you don't eat, they will say, and in Ruchiga, they say, no, mulisembeba. If a person does not eat in your place, that's no, mulisembeba, which is wrong. It is wrong, Pamela. It is okay for a person to say, it is okay, I don't want to eat. In Africa. I have nothing to serve you today.
Not in Africa. It is not.
No.
Okay, okay, maybe it's because Kamara, when did you last visit me?
Sometime back.
Like 2022 maybe. So if you come to my place, it's you who knows your business. You know how much you have eaten for the day. You know how much you have eaten for the week. So it's your business. If I serve you because you don't come to my home and I fail to serve you, it's up to you to control your mouth.
Exactly. Control. That's what I'm saying. I want to teach guests or people who visit people's places that if you go there, please serve the little minimum amount. Do not leave food on your plate. Put simple meals. Finish them. Be a champion. Let you be the visitor that the people want to have all the time. Do not fill the plate as if you are counteracting the hunger for tomorrow, well knowing that even tomorrow you feel hungry and look for food again. Because all this stems on your overall health and well-being.
Before I leave you, give us your parting shots and then we shall leave that corner.
I want to emphasize the need for Zero Sugar Challenge. Dear viewers, if you are watching Family TV right now, I want to emphasize the need for you to step down or cut down the the sugars they are eating. Sugars are not healthy and the wrong process. You've seen the emerging non-communicable diseases. You've seen how Uganda we are battling with all these conditions and how actually we are looking for partners to help us manage the rampant growth. Therefore, I would want to encourage you, I would want to call you to respect nutritionist advice. Not to dash any information you see. Respect nutritionists, get the advice, work around it, put into action. Do not be the hearsay. Me, I do what I'm telling you actually. I do it immediately. Therefore, I want to empower you, I want to thank you, and I wish you the best in this very Zero Sugar Challenge. We are closing it on 20th April 2025. You still have a lot of time to be in. Be the cravings with enough food intake. Do not feel hungry. Do not go to the supermarket to buy when you are hungry. You eat sugars and again you start complaining. I have wraps. No, don't. See you then.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Pamela, as we wind up, there is this that I look at as a contradiction, where some nutritionists tell us that you need a breakfast, a heavy breakfast. So you need a heavy plate because you're going to do a lot of work, and then you need light lunch. Then I mean such things. In a minute, please comment about that and give us your parting shots. Actually,
breakfast is the most important meal for that day. So like what Kamara said, he was giving like an example, and your supper should be the lightest meal of the day. So like a heavy breakfast, we are not saying that you should eat all the 2,000 kilocalories at breakfast, then you starve for the rest of the day. So you should, when you're balancing out these calories, you should make sure that you lighten them as time goes, as the day goes by. So you should have a healthy breakfast, not heavy. Have a healthy breakfast, have a healthy lunch, have a light supper, and have your supper preferably before 8 p.m. Basically, not heavy, healthy.
Your parting shots as we wind up this discussion.
I would like to thank the viewers who have participated in the 90-day challenge. So like Mr. Kamara said, those who are already on the nutrition rehabilitation phase, please keep your testimonies coming in, or you can contact Mr. Daniel. Keep your testimonies. We are compiling them. We are writing a report after this, and we shall share the report with you, Austin. And I would like you to also don't relapse. Be a part of the 90 days.
My energy has been rejuvenated And of course, thank you so much for watching us. And as we wind up this discussion, I want to remind you two things. Of course, St. John's Secondary School, Wakiso, of course, celebrates the victory that God has put them at, especially as they celebrate the UCE NLC results of 2024. Now, a parent, we recommend this school to you. Are you looking for where to take your child for Senior 5? St. John's Secondary School is the answer. Your child will be grounded in the virtues that you as a parent will be proud of. The school is located in Namusela along that is Hoima Road. So it's just by the roadside. You don't need borders to take you deep inside. No, the school is just on the Tarmac Road. But also they have a very conducive environment for your child to study. Now, go there tomorrow. They are still admitting senior ones. So take your senior 1 child, take your senior 5 child there, and you will thank us later. But of course, also to remind you that we are having our maiden show of the Uganda We Want tomorrow at exactly 10 a.m. Therefore, watch us as we discuss the role of religious leaders when it gets to our country's democracy. Our country is Uganda. We shall be glad as you come to watch us through. Thank you so much for watching this show. I've worked with Jonah, Jal, Mumuza, Anaya, and very many other people out there. And from the entire team, we wish you a blessed night.
Family Hour, empowering families one episode at a time.